You know, greenhouses are no longer small glass buildings that are just tucked away in gardens. Some now stretch for miles, produce food for entire continents, and operate like an industrial city. So in today's video, I'm going to count down 10 of the most massive. Now let's move to number 10, the Eden Project biomes. The Eden Project is located near St. Austell in Cornwall, England. It was constructed inside a reclaimed China clay quarry and officially opened to visitors in 2001. Today, it's widely regarded as one of the largest greenhouse developments ever created. Instead of being a single enclosed building, the site is made up of a series of connected dome-shaped structures known as biomes. Each biome is engineered to support plant life from completely different regions of the world, all within one continuous landscape. The most visually striking structure is the rainforest biome. This biome recreates a hot, humid tropical climate and rises to approximately 50 to 55 meters at its highest point. According to documented specifications, it encloses roughly 2 acres of ground space. Its footprint extends about 200 meters in length, giving it enough room to support full-size tropical trees and elevated walking paths. Inside, the vegetation is layered with tall canopy trees, mid-level plants, and ground cover species, including bananas, coffee plants, rubber trees, and cacao, arranged to demonstrate how tropical ecosystems function together. Next to it sits the Mediterranean biome. While smaller than the rainforest structure, it's still enormous by greenhouse standards. Its climate is maintained to stay warm and relatively dry, allowing plants from Mediterranean-type regions to thrive. These regions include Southern Europe, parts of California, South Africa, and Australia. The landscape features olive trees, grapevines, herbs, and drought-resistant shrubs arranged in open spaces that reflect seasonal dry conditions rather than dense jungle growth. As for construction, the biomes don't use traditional glass. Instead, they're covered with inflated panels made from ETFE, a lightweight, transparent polymer. This material allows high levels of sunlight to pass through, while weighing far less than glass, making it possible to span huge areas without internal support columns. That design choice creates wide, open interiors that feel more like natural terrain than enclosed buildings. Temperature, humidity, airflow, and irrigation are constantly monitored and controlled, and rainwater collected on site is reused to reduce dependence on outside water sources. While the Eden Project isn't designed for commercial farming, its immense scale and advanced systems place it among the largest enclosed plant environments open to the public. Now we move to number 9, the Flower Dome. The Flower Dome is a central feature of Gardens by the Bay, a massive public horticultural attraction located in Marina Bay, Singapore. It officially opened its doors in 2012 and currently holds the Guinness World Record for the largest glass greenhouse on Earth. Unlike tropical greenhouses that emphasize high heat and humidity, the Flower Dome is specifically engineered to maintain a cool, dry environment suitable for plant species that typically grow in Mediterranean-style climate. The Flower Dome encloses roughly 3 acres of interior floor space, making it one of the largest single-span greenhouse structures ever constructed. It rises to approximately 38 meters at its tallest point, and the internal volume is vast enough to accommodate full-grown trees, wide pedestrian walkways, and expansive garden displays without feeling overcrowded. The structure itself is made from a steel framework and glass panels, carefully engineered to reduce the need for interior support columns, which allows for long, uninterrupted sight lines throughout the space. Inside the dome, plant collections are arranged by geographic region rather than by individual species. Visitors move through landscaped zones that represent areas such as Southern Europe, coastal Australia, South America, South Africa, and parts of California. Olive trees, baobabs, succulents, and flowering shrubs are planted directly into sculpted ground forms instead of raised beds, creating a stronger sense of realism, scale, and environmental continuity. Because Singapore experiences a consistently hot and humid tropical climate, maintaining a cool interior year-round presents a significant engineering challenge. The internal temperature is kept between 23 and 25 degrees Celsius, which is considerably cooler than the outdoor conditions. This is accomplished using a combination of chilled air circulation systems and high-performance glazing. The glass panels are specially treated to reduce solar heat gain while still allowing enough sunlight to support healthy plant growth. The flower dome is not designed for food production. Its primary roles are conservation, exhibition, and public education. Many of the species housed inside originate from regions threatened by habitat loss or climate change. As a single enclosed structure, the flower dome stands among the largest greenhouses ever built, both in physical scale and technical sophistication.
Now we arrive at number 8, the Culiacan Valley Greenhouse Region. The Culiacan Valley Greenhouse Region is located in the state of Sinaloa in northwestern Mexico and represents one of the largest protected agricultural zones in the Americas. The area sits near the city of Culiacan and benefits from flat terrain, warm temperatures, and nutrient-rich soils. Large-scale greenhouse development began accelerating in the early 2000s as international demand increased for year-round vegetable production. According to data from Mexican agricultural authorities, the region now covers just over 37,000 acres. This total includes modern glass and plastic-covered greenhouses, as well as extensive shade house systems used to moderate climate conditions. While not every facility is a fully enclosed glass structure, the majority operate as controlled agricultural environments. The primary purpose of the region is commercial food production for export markets. Major crops grown here include tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, chili peppers, squash, and a variety of specialty vegetables. A significant share of the produce cultivated in Culiacan is shipped to the United States and Canada, especially during winter months when domestic production in those countries declines. Because of this, the valley plays a critical role in maintaining North America's vegetable supply chain. Greenhouse structures throughout the valley vary widely in size and design. Individual operations often range from a few acres to more than 100 acres under continuous roofing. Most facilities rely on steel frameworks covered with plastic film or rigid panels rather than glass, reflecting both cost efficiency and the region's warm climate. Cultivation methods differ depending on the operator and crop type, ranging from traditional soil-based systems to advanced hydroponic setups. Drip irrigation is standard across the region, allowing precise control of water delivery and nutrient intake. Energy consumption in the valley is generally lower than in colder greenhouse regions because heating requirements are minimal. Climate control is achieved mainly through natural ventilation, shading systems, and evaporative cooling rather than active heating. Supplemental lighting is limited and typically reserved for specific crops or production cycles, which keeps operating costs per acre relatively low compared to northern greenhouse systems. Labor is a major component of greenhouse operations in the region, with large numbers of workers involved in planting, maintenance, harvesting, and packaging. Many facilities include on-site packing and cooling stations, allowing produce to be processed for export immediately after harvest. While the Culiacan Valley lacks iconic architectural greenhouses, its sheer scale and output make it one of the most extensive greenhouse-based farming systems in the Western Hemisphere.
Now we come to number 7, the Binh High-Tech Agricultural Greenhouse Zone. The Binh High-Tech Agricultural Zone is located in southern Vietnam, northeast of Ho Chi Minh City, and it represents one of Southeast Asia's largest coordinated greenhouse developments. The project was launched by provincial authorities as part of a broader effort to modernize agriculture and strengthen long-term food security. The zone spans thousands of acres, with a substantial portion dedicated specifically to greenhouse and net house cultivation. While exact acreage figures vary depending on development phase and reporting source, official planning documents consistently describe it as one of the largest greenhouse agricultural initiatives in Vietnam. The primary crops produced in these greenhouses include leafy vegetables, tomatoes, cucumbers, herbs, strawberries, and selected specialty crops. Production is aimed at both domestic urban markets and limited regional exports. Controlled environment farming allows growers to maintain reliable yields despite Vietnam's hot, humid tropical climate. The greenhouse structures are typically steel-framed and covered with plastic film or polycarbonate panels rather than glass. This design prioritizes ventilation and humidity management over heating requirements. Roof heights and sidewall openings are carefully designed to maximize airflow and reduce disease pressure, which is a major challenge in tropical agriculture. A notable aspect of the zone is its integration with agricultural research and workforce training. Portions of the area are used to test crop varieties, cultivation methods, and automation technologies adapted for tropical growing conditions. These facilities support collaboration between government agencies, private agricultural companies, and academic institutions. Energy consumption in the zone is moderate compared to greenhouse operations in colder climates. Heating is generally unnecessary, but ventilation and cooling systems are essential for maintaining stable growing conditions. Some facilities incorporate renewable energy solutions, although adoption varies across the zone and is not standardized. Water management is a critical priority due to seasonal variability in rainfall. Many greenhouses use closed-loop irrigation systems that capture and reuse excess water. The Binh Duong greenhouse zone is not intended for tourism and remains largely closed to the public. Its importance lies in its coordination, scale, and role in transforming agriculture within a rapidly developing region. As one of Southeast Asia's largest greenhouse concentrations, it stands as a major example of large-scale controlled environment farming in a tropical climate.
Now we move to number 6, Thanet Earth. Thanet Earth is a large-scale commercial greenhouse complex located near the village of Birchington-on-Sea in Kent, England. It became operational in multiple phases beginning in 2009 and is widely recognized as one of the largest single-site greenhouse developments in the United Kingdom. Unlike regional greenhouse clusters spread across wide areas, Thanet Earth operates as a centralized facility designed and managed as one fully integrated agricultural site. The total greenhouse area spans approximately 220 acres. This includes a series of enormous glasshouse structures built to industrial standards for continuous, year-round food production. The greenhouses are designed with high ceilings and wide structural spans, allowing maximum natural light penetration and efficient airflow throughout the growing spaces. The facility primarily produces salad crops and vegetables for the domestic UK market. Key products include tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and various lettuce varieties. The project was developed to reduce reliance on imported produce by supplying fresh vegetables grown locally throughout the year. Crops at Thanet Earth are cultivated using hydroponic growing systems, meaning plants are grown in nutrient-rich water rather than soil. This method allows precise control over nutrient delivery and significantly reduces water usage compared to traditional field agriculture. Thanet Earth is connected to a combined heat and power system that generates electricity while capturing waste heat for greenhouse heating. Carbon dioxide produced during power generation is cleaned and redirected into the greenhouses to stimulate plant growth. This integrated energy approach allows the facility to maintain stable growing conditions even during colder months. Now we move to number 5, the Great Glass House. The Great Glass House is located at the National Botanic Garden of Wales. It opened to the public in 2000 and is widely regarded as the largest single-span glasshouse in the United Kingdom. Unlike commercial greenhouse facilities, this structure was designed specifically for conservation, scientific research, and public education, with a strong emphasis on protecting rare and threatened plant species. The building encloses roughly 2.5 acres of interior space and reaches a height of approximately 24 meters at its highest point.
What truly sets it apart is its single-span design, meaning the entire roof is supported without the use of internal columns. This creates a completely uninterrupted interior environment, allowing large trees, varied terrain, and natural planting layouts to develop freely beneath the glass. At the time it was completed, it ranked among the largest structures of its kind anywhere in the world. Inside, the Great Glass House contains plant species from Mediterranean-type climates, which exist in only 5 regions globally. These include Southern Europe, California, Central Chile, South Africa's Cape region, and southwestern Australia. Many of the species cultivated inside are rare, endangered, or no longer found in the wild. As a result, the planting design mirrors natural ecosystems rather than traditional garden beds. Construction materials include a steel framework and high-performance glass engineered to maximize light transmission while minimizing heat loss. The curved roof structure was designed to withstand strong winds and the challenging weather conditions common in Wales. Environmental systems maintain stable temperatures suitable for these plant communities, though conditions are less tightly controlled than those found in commercial food production greenhouses. Water usage is carefully managed, and while exact operational figures change over time, the facility is operated with sustainability and conservation. Now we move to number 4, the Jeju Smart Farm Innovation Valley. The Jeju Smart Farm Innovation Valley is located on Jeju Island in South Korea, and it represents one of the nation's largest and most technologically advanced greenhouse-based agricultural developments. The project was launched as part of a national strategy to modernize agriculture, strengthen food security, and promote technology-driven farming systems. Development began in the late 2010s, with greenhouse operations expanding steadily into the early 2020s. The greenhouse zone covers more than 60 acres and is constructed primarily from steel and glass, engineered to withstand strong coastal winds and seasonal typhoons common to the island. Roof heights and structural spans are larger than those found in traditional Korean greenhouses, allowing for improved airflow, shading systems, and mechanized operations. Production focuses on high-value crops such as tomatoes, leafy greens, strawberries, and specialty vegetables. Most cultivation is carried out using hydroponic and substrate-based growing systems rather than conventional soil farming. These methods allow precise control over nutrient delivery and significantly reduce water consumption compared to open-field agriculture. Climate control, irrigation, and nutrient distribution are all managed through centralized digital platforms. Sensors collect real-time data across the greenhouse blocks, enabling operators to adjust environmental conditions quickly in response to plant requirements. While the level of automation varies by crop type, many processes, including irrigation and ventilation, are largely automated throughout the facility. Energy usage is a major consideration due to the scale of the operation. Certain sections incorporate renewable energy sources, including solar power, although the exact share of renewable energy varies by development phase and operational conditions. Heating demand is lower than in mainland Korea because Jeju's relatively mild climate supports year-round cultivation. The site also functions as a research and training center. Portions of the greenhouse complex are dedicated to testing new crop varieties, cultivation techniques, and automation technologies. These areas are used by agricultural researchers and by new farmers participating in training programs. Access to these sections is restricted, and the complex is not designed for general tourism. While its total area does not match the vast greenhouse regions of Europe or southern Spain, as a single coordinated development with modern infrastructure, it ranks among the most significant greenhouse projects in East Asia.
Now we move to number 3, the Royal Greenhouses of Laeken. The Royal Greenhouses of Laeken are located on the grounds of the Royal Palace of Laeken in Brussels, Belgium. Construction began in the late 19th century under King Leopold II, with major sections completed between 1874 and 1905. Despite their historical origins, this complex remains one of the largest and most extensive greenhouse systems ever constructed for non-commercial purposes. The greenhouse complex covers more than 6 acres of enclosed space and is spread across an interconnected network of glass structures. These include large domed halls, long glazed galleries, winter gardens, and connecting corridors. Unlike modern greenhouse developments that prioritize efficiency and productivity, these structures were designed to merge botanical function with architectural grandeur. The buildings are primarily constructed from iron and glass, reflecting late 19th century engineering techniques. Some sections, including the Palm House and Winter Garden, rise to heights exceeding 20 meters, and many original structural elements remain in use today. The greenhouses contain an extensive and diverse plant collection, including palms, citrus trees, camellias, azaleas, and a wide range of subtropical species. Several plants in the collection are more than a century old and were planted shortly after the greenhouses were first completed. Environmental control within the complex relies on a combination of modern upgrades and historic systems. Heating systems have been improved over time to maintain stable temperatures, but the facilities are not operated with the same level of precision found in contemporary commercial greenhouses. As a result, plant selection reflects what can be reliably maintained within those limitations. The royal greenhouses are not permanently open to the public. Access is granted only during a limited annual opening period, typically lasting a few weeks in the spring. Outside of this window, public entry is restricted. While smaller in scale than large agricultural greenhouse complexes, the total enclosed area, impressive structural heights, and interconnected layout place the royal greenhouses of Laeken among the most massive greenhouse installations ever built for botanical purposes. Their continuous operation more than a century after construction highlights the durability, ambition, and scale of early large-span greenhouse engineering.
Moving on to number 2, the AppHarvest greenhouse facilities. AppHarvest operates a network of very large commercial greenhouses located in the Appalachian region of Kentucky in the United States. The company was founded with the goal of bringing controlled environment agriculture to regions that historically have limited access to fresh produce. Construction of its first greenhouse began in the late 2010s, with operations expanding through the early 2020s. The flagship facility is located in Moorhead, Kentucky, and this single site alone covers roughly 50 acres under glass, making it one of the largest individual greenhouse structures in North America. Additional facilities in Richmond, Kentucky add substantial enclosed growing space, bringing the company's total greenhouse footprint to well over 75 acres. The greenhouses are constructed primarily from steel and glass and are designed to maximize the use of natural sunlight. The Appalachian location was selected in part because the region receives adequate daylight hours to support year-round cultivation without excessive reliance on artificial lighting. AppHarvest focuses mainly on vine crops such as tomatoes, along with leafy greens and berries depending on the facility. All crops are grown using hydroponic systems, meaning plants are cultivated in nutrient-rich solutions rather than soil. According to company-released data, these systems can use up to 90% less water than traditional open-field agriculture, although actual savings vary by crop type and seasonal conditions. Unlike older greenhouse operations, AppHarvest facilities rely heavily on automation. Conveyor systems, automated climate controls, and data-driven monitoring platforms are used to manage production at scale. While human labor remains essential for planting, harvesting, and quality control, many repetitive and labor-intensive tasks are mechanized to improve consistency and efficiency. In terms of enclosed area, structural scale, and integrated technological systems, the AppHarvest greenhouse operations rank among the most massive currently operating in North America. Now we reach number 1, the Sun Kiao Urban Agricultural District. The Sun Kiao Urban Agricultural District is a planned development located in Shanghai, China. It was conceived as a large-scale urban farming zone intended to integrate food production, agricultural research, and advanced technology directly within a major metropolitan area. The project was publicly announced in the mid-2010s, with greenhouse construction identified as a core component of the overall plan. The full district covers several square kilometers, with a significant share of the land dedicated to greenhouse-based cultivation. Planning documents indicate that the enclosed greenhouse area alone spans hundreds of acres once fully developed, placing Sun Kiao among the largest urban greenhouse zones anywhere in the world. The facilities are designed for high-density food production, including leafy greens, vegetables, herbs, and specialty crops. Many of the growing systems rely on hydroponic and aeroponic methods to maximize yield while minimizing water use. Structurally, the greenhouses vary in size and layout depending on their intended function. Some are large industrial-scale glass structures comparable to major European commercial greenhouses, while others are modular units designed for research, testing, and pilot programs. Most are constructed using steel frameworks combined with glass or high-performance transparent panels. Environmental control systems regulate temperature, humidity, and airflow across the district, and because Shanghai experiences both hot summers and cool winters, the facilities are engineered to handle a wide range of external climate conditions. Beyond food production, the district includes research, demonstration, and innovation spaces focused on agricultural technology. These areas are used to test new cultivation methods, crop varieties, and automated growing systems. Certain sections are intended for education and professional training, although most production zones are not open to casual public access. Planning materials emphasize energy-efficient systems and localized recycling of resources, though specific performance metrics vary by facility and are not always publicly detailed. As a coordinated urban agricultural district with vast enclosed growing space, Sun Kiao ranks among the most ambitious greenhouse projects ever attempted within a city. It represents the combination of immense scale, urban integration, and controlled environment farming on a metropolitan level.